Hello there, Bitizens, and welcome to the Killer Bits. My name is Francesca, and today, as you asked for it, we are doing a Dungeoneering run. And we have actually picked Morvran as our hero, so we'll be doing a Morvran Dungeoneering run. What I'm going to basically be doing is doing an in-depth discussion on my draft, and then I'll show you guys highlights from the run at the end. So, first and foremost, this is a kind of tricky one in some ways. Like, I think bar fight is really good for countering weapons, and weapons can be quite a hassle in Dungeoneering, so I think we'll go bar fight. And then the question then becomes, should I go, Bunyip, South Sea, or Unicorn? These are all right Dungeoneering cards. Bunyip gives you reach, so removing 3 attack from your next creature helps you kill a creature. South Sea Pillager is grief, it removes gold from your opponent and gives you a weapon, so that's also useful. But I think we're going to go Unicorn, because I know that Morvran has some nice beast synergies, and this is a really big heal. So if we do succeed in playing Unicorn, we should be able to sustain to the final fight. Next up, let's see what we have. Solomon Medini, Yoga Shaman, Chaos Dwoger, and Giant Rat. I'm feeling like maybe we should go for an Ogre strategy, but I just do not feel like Ogre strategies work particularly well in this game. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go Joger Shaman, because it's nice damage. Like, this is actually quite good damage for the final fight. And then, although I said, we should look into beast strategies, Giant Rat's not hugely useful, whereas Solomon Medini, it gives you reach, it gives you armor, and a weapon. So we've got, options there. Dagonel Sentinel gives you AP gain, which is invaluable in Dungeoneering. And Dungeon Spider actually gives you reach to try and kill it, so I think we'll go Dungeon Spider as well. And again, we're starting to see, some of those kind of beast synergies coming together. Now, this is an awful draft. Like, we don't really want any of these creatures. Dragon Egg is no good because we don't have any dragons. Black Demon, deal 4 damage to both legends, strike rival, exhaust is like, it's not terrible, but we haven't really set up any demon strategies in order to kill this. So this is kind of a pain in the butt. Tenebra, again, steal up to 8 health from rival is nice, but it's a 7/13. It's going to be very, very hard to kill. Which kind of leaves 50 ships and Ghost Ship. 50 ships actually gives you 5 gold if you have Ghost Ship in your hand, so it's not completely useless. And actually, discarding 2 random cards from your opponent can be very useful. So I think we'll go for those 2 for the gold synergy and for the kind of deck synergy. Okay, what we got? Remove exhaust from your next demon. So if we had Abyssal Demon previously, then we could have gone for the demon that we saw in the previous draft section. But I think what we're probably going to go for here is Crassian Warrior. This is where it gets hard. We have no Calphites. This is not very useful. I mean, you could go Saucy Wench and Chain Shot, but again, it's not the bestest of combos ever. We're going to take Saucy Wench just for the gold removal, and then hope that we maybe find like a Barker Toad or something later down the line. For each Ogre slain, add 2 copies of Bones to Rival's deck. Oh, so there's the Ogre synergy. We do have, Ogre... We do have Joger Shaman, which is an Ogre. And if we took Ogre Chieftain, then that's more damage. And then we could Toughened Warrior and Grief their deck. But the thing is, these are kind of high health creatures. So how easy are they to kill? I don't like Crystal Flask Strength Potion. And I feel like, Meg, you'd only pick her for the gold. So let's try the Ogre synergy and see how it works out. Okay, what else have we got? Tormented Demon is a really nice card. There's more ships, and ships are really nice because we have the 50 ships, but we don't have that much gold spend, so it's maybe not so relevant. Direwolf, we're totally taking because AP gain in Dungeoneering is huge, and we can always spend, the Unicorn or the Dungeon Spider or something on that. And again, Tormented Demon gives us reach into other cards, so we'll grab him. Okay, what we got? Not Penguin Sheep. KBD, if you can kill it, is actually super for gold game, but we don't really need gold. Goblin Trickster is lovely. Goblin Trickster removes a random equipment from rivals' decks, but that includes like Spellbooks, Amulet of Fury, Full Darox, like that includes a lot of cards. And we'll grab a Customs Officer just because they can be quite good for gold, though we haven't, drawn a lot of gold spend. Draw an Ogre with 6 or more attack. That just basically... I don't think I have an Ogre with 6 or more attack. That does nothing. Like, I guess it works with the... Toughened Warrior synergy, but beyond that, it's a crap card. We're gonna go Crassian Warrior. Again, card draw is quite useful in Dungeoneering, and this also gives you 1 gold. So this basically, it's something to play, just to fill up your hand to get more options. And then Bruxen Burson is a nice little grief card. I mean, we don't have, there's not really a good choice in that round, so he's not a bad pick just to have, something. For each creature with 5 or more attacks, slaying, gain 2 gold. We don't really need gold. Like, we don't have a lot of spend. We're spending, what, 10 gold? Like, it's not that important. I mean, Ali Morsane is just generally good. And I'm honestly thinking Calphite Worker just for the weapon that we could maybe then use to kill something a bit stronger. Like, that 1 damage shouldn't be kind of snubbed. Dragon Longsword is a fantastic dungeoneering card, and I know a content creator called Interjection says this a lot, but it really is, because this can be a win condition. You can just equip this before the final fight and kill your opponent. Like, that's actually a really, really strong card. I like Romley for the heals, but Southsea's a little bit of grief, which I like. Remove 2 weapon attack isn't very useful because you don't know if they're going to have a weapon. And removing aggressive from our next creature is not worth at all, because the only aggressive creature we have is Dungeon Spider. It's going to do 2 damage. It's like, we're not going to pay 3 gold to not take 2 damage. Like, screw that. We'll go Southsea Pillager and we'll see how this works out. Remove 3 attack, weapon attack, and 3 health from rifle. So that's basically just 1 gold for 3 damage, which isn't actually too terrible in the grand scheme of things. I think we're going to go Scorpion because, again, it's a beast, and we might see some beast synergies later on. And if not, we can always, you know, spend the Scorpion with the Direwolf, which is good. And then, I mean, do we go for the damage or do we go for the health? I think let's go for the damage. Fuck it. This deck is kind of weird because it's kind of a hybrid deck of damage and grief and AP gain. It's kind of a mixed deck, and I don't know exactly how well this is going to work out. Really, with the decks, you only get a flavor once you play the first match, so hopefully this will be good. We'll go Goblin Trickster again. Penguin Sheep is not good because it's removing base attack. This is a good card on maybe Ariane, where you have monsters that do a lot of damage if you have 1 base attack, but it doesn't work very well here. We don't need the gold for KBD. We don't have demons for exhaust, so it's going to be Fengen Strain, which is 3 gold and potentially, you know, a little bit of grief, which is nice. This is not a good draft. Like, Grunch isn't going to do anything for us unless we draw Chaos Ogre. But Chaos Ogre is a pain in the ass to kill. Like, Unstable Concoction, we don't have any potions, so that's not going to work. Oh. We go Crassian, even though I don't feel like we need the card draw anymore because we already have 2. And I feel like we maybe go Grunch simply because we can then Toughened Warrior him. Which gives us, you know, options in that regard. Seal up to 6 health from your next creature, 6/3 weapon. How much gold do we have? And how much spend do we have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See, we've got 16 spend at the moment. Calfight Queen is nice, but we only have 1 other Calfight in the deck. Oh, this is a tough one. I'm tempted to go Abyssal Whip just for that, like, end game condition and the fact that, like, it gives you reach into big creatures. But we don't really need reach into big creatures because we don't really have that in that many big creatures that would require a 6/3 weapon. Like, this is something we would do kind of at the end of the game. And we're not going to do Calfight Queen, which is a big creature that we could use it on. I mean, maybe we go Kale and Tiffy. Tiffy gives you 12 armor when you're mortal, so that's just a nice big heal. Yeah, I think we go Kale and Tiffy. The Abyssal Whip is nice, but, like, the only real situation we would play it in is in the final fight. That's the only real time we'd get use out of it. Anyway, let's see how this goes. Oh, thank God. He just discarded Scarface Pete, which is a horrible dungeoneering card, because it makes you discard, like, 3 cards. So I used my discard to make him discard. Seems good. Seems good. Now we're going to steal some gold. Gimme, 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 gimme. Yoink. And now he can't afford his Dragon Longsword. Oh, feels good. Feels good, man. Remove 2 health. He played Grizzly Bear into Grizzly Bear. See, like, the first 3 wins of dungeoneering, I feel like people just do weird things. Like, earlier he took, what, 6 off of a Troll Chucker? Now he's Grizzly Bearing a Grizzly Bear. Like, unless he really needs the gold for something. It does not seem like the smartest of plays ever. Oh. Oh, fuck. Although, no, he's only got... Shit, I think I lose. Fuck. Big weapons, man. This is what I meant by weapons being a win condition. He's gonna kill me. Feels bad, man. Meathead a meat. Well, that's a name and a half. There goes my Dragon Longsword, which is horrendous. Because I only have 1 equipment in this deck, and that's my only big weapon. But there goes her Keris. Like, come on. She got Dragon Longsword and I got fucking Keris. I'm done. Come on, Goblin Trickster. If this is another Keris, I feel like I'm just going to concede. In which case, I conceded to a deck that drafted 2 Kerises. Gravite Longsword. That's a bit better. That's a bit more like it. Fucking Keris, man. So this is where Kale shows its worth in dungeoneering, because I can basically Kale into the Direwolf and take no damage from the Direwolf and then gain 1 base attack. At which point I can basically hit anything with 5 health. I'm really tempted to, like, 3-hit the Dagonel Sentinel just to get that base attack up, which then gives me options. It's not maybe the smartest plan. I'm worried I'll discard it though with the Direwolf. Why am I taking 3 hits from a Dagonal Sentinel again? Who thought this was a smart idea? Well, we're only taking 3 from the Frankenstrain, so it's okay.
How can I be of service, friend of Alchemy?
See, these are the plays we're meant to be making with this deck that have seemed to be eluding us so far. But we're Solomon Medining into Direwolf, which will spend my Dungeon Spider, giving me another base attack. Into Dagonal Sentinel, we'll kill with 2 hits, taking 3 damage total. And then we'll be on 4 base attack by the end of the turn. Will we stop with the Frankenstrains, Venescula? I'm going to take another 3. Jesus Christ. She does have a lot of cards, however. Oh, I'm so tempted to take 12 from the Tormented Demon.
Let's see what happens.
But it wouldn't give me quite enough reach to kill the Joker without one hitting it. Oh no, it would, because I get a base attack. Boom, that's a play. I need to stop taking these high-risk plays, but, you know, fuck it. I've got 24 health. Did you just play Vampire Power? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Right, well, this is scary. Yay, I win! I think. Yay, I win! Okay, so here's quite a nice play. We can KO the Direwolf and gain a base attack. The problem is I really want to spend the Scorpion, not the Unicorn. But inevitably, because of how this game works, I'll probably end up spending the Unicorn. And there goes the Unicorn. Great. God damn it, Linza, fuck off.
How can I be of service?
She played nothing. Seems good. She's just playing nothing. Please don't be a Dust Devil, 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 please don't be a Dust Devil. Please. Oh, it's Morwenna. Hooray! Oh, she just Morwenna a Dust Devil. There's one right at the end. And Set Trap wins us the match. Clearly that is a top tier Morvran draft. Look at this 3 damage. Pow! And the Linza is gone. Hey, it's Meathead again. Let's not tank a Dagonal Sentinel this time. Bye bye, Dragon Longsword. Wait, is it my hand? Yes! Oh, I'm so good. Oh, 6 gold Wizard Trayborn. You know things are getting desperate when you're going for random equipment. Especially as she's probably not going to be able to afford to equip it. Golden Hammer. Stay tasty. Yeehaw! So unfortunately with the Frankenstrain we are taking 8 from the Ogre Chieftain, but the Ogre Chieftain should then kill her. And that's game. I think. No, we're only going to hit her for 6. I can't count. It's not game. Oh, fuck. You've got 1 health. Like, could you just die already? And after a shaky start, that's put us on 3 wins to 2 losses. So we've effectively broken even with this deck. So anything beyond this is a plus. Turns out, so long as you don't tank 16 from a Dagonoth, you can in fact beat meat. That's really gross. We're holding on to Dragon Longsword so that they don't make me discard it with a Goblin Trickster. Hey there, Goblin Trickster. Spell books, spell books. Oh, that was a diamond. I was like disappointed and then realized it was her Abyssal Whip. Remove 2 weapon attack from rifle. What are you doing? People are weird, man. Spell book, spell book, spell book. Oh, she has no more equipment in her deck. Which means she doesn't have a spell book. Yoink. Oh dear. Oh, I could have played Toughened Warrior. Feels bad. Uh-oh. Really? She drew that spell? Well, I took a lot more damage than I would have liked, but I'm also in Tiffy range. Oh, Jesus. And that's game.
Power of my magic.
And that was Morvran Dungeoneering. I mean, I got my 3 wins, so I more or less broke even. I feel like his deck comes across a little bit janky. Like, I definitely needed more reach in that deck to kill some of those bigger creatures and probably some more healing. I feel like my win condition was maybe a little bit split between doing damage and getting to the final fight. Like, I should have focused on one, but sometimes the drafts just doesn't let you do that. I think so long as you can get to 3 wins, though, you're breaking even, and that's good enough for me. In terms of Dungeoneering characters, I do think currently probably Raptor is the best, followed by Ariane and Linza. Probably more Linza than Ariane, since her nerf. And then the rest, basically. I'm going to open my pack just to wrap up this episode, so hopefully we'll get something lucky in our basic booster that can, you know, put the cherry on this Dungeoneering cake. We've got Stamina Potion is a very good card, actually. It's basically Romley Weaklax and Nastroth combined into one card, so it's more slot efficient. Kalphite Emissary, also a very good card, used for basically griefing weapons in a lot of decks. An alternative to Barfight. I quite like it because if your enemy is stacking base attack, then Kalphite Emissary, if you're on 2 base, you'll take 4 damage, whereas if they're stacking base attack with a Barfight, they can hit you quite hard. Culinary, another really good card. These are kind of staple sapphires, really. It's just the 10 healing kind of says it all. General Warface, this is not a staple card. I don't think I've ever seen anyone ever play this card. Just like, we'll just disenchant that card. And Fire Shade, spend 1 base attack and Shade remains to your hand. This is a Dungeoneering card. This card is worth drafting in Dungeoneering because you get Shade Remains. And Shade Remains, it gives you 2 base attacks, so you spend 1 base attack, but then you pay for 2 base attacks, so ultimately it's 1 base attack gain, and the temper attack gives you reach into other creatures, which, as you saw in this episode, is not very, is very useful, sorry, because I was kind of low on reach. But that has been Dungeoneering. Let me know what you thought of this style of video in the comments below, whether you want to see some more Dungeoneering, or whether you want me to stick to deck guides. I've been Francesca from the Kilobits, and if you've enjoyed this video, you know, you can always hit that thumbs up button. Beyond that, if you want to find us on social media, we have a Facebook, facebook.com/thekilobits, and a Twitter, @thekilobits. And if you want to catch me live streaming Chronicle, amongst other things, I have a Twitch, twitch.tv/Jagex. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.